I'm live again. I made it a low latency now. So, it should be faster. I think. So, we'll see the speeds. I'm just gonna do a bunch of stuff. Is it working? Can I be heard? Oh my god, it's actually kind of similar. Oh my god, it's not like 10 minutes behind anymore. It's like 5. That is a lot better than 10. Let me just do all this stuff and then. Okay. Okay, well, I'm just gonna start streaming them. So, the first game I'm making is Pong, and then after that we can just decide. Oh, I don't know what else to do today, so I've got like the whole day to do nothing. I have my trustworthy bottle of water on me, so I'm fine for the whole day. Or until I'm too bored by myself. Okay, well, I've kind of got my layout. It is a bit, I'm working on it, is what I should say. So, I'm going to put game view here so it's the whole screen instead. Much easier to see stuff. On make camera, I'm also gonna do I'm gonna change the background color to darker, not too dark, but a nice dark color, just so you feel more inside the game, if you know what I mean. Okay, let's start. So first I'm gonna make the actual ball. Circle, call it ball. So this will be 0, 0, 0. So essentially this is what's gonna be bouncing around everywhere. The script for this is actually gonna be kind of easy to make. Then I'm gonna create a new empty, I'm gonna call this players, because there's gonna be 2. I'm gonna create a 2D object of a square. Is this stream quality good, by the way? Is it decent? Because I don't actually know. Popcorn. Yeah, so is the stream quality at least somewhat decent? Because I have no clue, because I can't really hear myself. I'm actually gonna put my stream real quick. Okay, I just started my microphone. My bad. So I'm just gonna, there we go. I'm gonna make a player 2 as well. There you go, so you got 2 players now. So they can go up and down. A bit of music. Who do you think I have money? You have Spotify, use that. I will add music. I just don't have anywhere to get music, if you know what I mean. I mean, if you have any suggestions, then I'll be happy to accept. So what I'm actually gonna do is I'm gonna create some min-max values. So actually I'm gonna go on player 1. I'm gonna add a box collider 2D, just so we can actually have collision with it. Just put the MC Creator Save playlist on Spotify. MC Creator. Exactly. I cannot afford epidemic sounds. It's like really it's really expensive. You can try for free apparently, but it is really expensive. It's also really confusing to use. Like, why do you have to create an account just to see the price? So see. Yeah, 10 quid a month. I can't afford 10 quid for a month for music. What is this? Creator Minecraft Tricky Trials. What is this? MC Creator Safe Playlist. Yeah, I know what casa uses. MC Creator Safe Playlist. It like doesn't exist. Royalty free bangers. What have I found? Um. What's it called? Spotify. Royalty free. I found one, I think. How do you open in Spotify on this? Okay. How do you open it? Okay. Well, I found one. It's just a very long name, and I can't really share. Copy link. Can I go to Spotify and paste it in now? Oh, that actually works. Wow. I'll just save to my library. It's a cat. Look, it's a cat, which means we have to do it. If it's a cat, means we have to do it. Oh, thank you, intro. It took me like 2 minutes. Look, it's a cat, so we have to do it. What do you think of this Spotify thing, by the way? I made my Spotify look nice. I'm gonna unmute this thing so you can actually hear. You can't hear it. What the frick? Now you can. But I am gonna lower it. Oh, why is it so slow? What? Hello? Are you seeing this? That's how you know your CPU is like praying for help. Can you hear it? Can you hear it now? Well, because I don't want it to be too loud. You can't hear it. What the frick? Wait, let me just quickly pause. Oh, yeah, it's fine. Just tell me if it's too quiet or too loud. Okay, now we're locked in, guys. Let's do this. Okay, so we've got our 2 things. I'm gonna shrink the ball to about 0.5, 0.5, just so it's a nice small ball. I'm gonna add a circle collider to this. How is what even possible? What's possible? Also gonna give this a rigid body with no gravity, and I'm gonna freeze it on the 0 rotation. What's possible? I'm confused. Okay, so for the players, I'm actually also going to add a rigid body to these, so the movement going up and down is more smooth, because if I make it so it changes the position, it's going to be kind of blocky. Turning off the gravity and freezing these constraints so it can't move in a weird way. Then I was going to make a quick player controller, so I'm going to say player controller. Wow, just start the stream and now we're coding. So, I don't know what this is. Like, I think my VS Code is broken. Okay. So first I'm gonna make a reference to the rigid body 2D once VS Code loads. No? Yeah. I'm gonna call this body, so this is the reference to the body or the gravity. Then I'm gonna make a public float plate move speed. I'm gonna make this 7F for now. So this is and then I'm gonna make a vector 2 for the controller. This is actually this is gonna be direction. This is the direction the player is moving, so you can easily customize flipping the player's direction when you bounce. So I can actually do is actually I'm gonna go back to Unity, which might cause it to load. And I'm actually gonna tag these as player 1 and player 2. Really, it looks like my hands are cold. What's that supposed to mean? Should I be offended? Should I be? What's the other one? No. On collision enter 2D. If other dot compare other game object compare tag. What I'm just doing is I'm on every collision that's entered. So if the ball hits the paddle, all I want to do is I want to flip the x-axis of the player. So I'm just checking. I'm just comparing the tag, checking if the ball actually hit the player and anything else. To be fair, there's nothing else to collide with except the player. I know there's nothing I can do about it. It's really annoying me. I don't know if I can change video settings. Yeah. There's nothing I can do about this. I can do an internet speed test and I can show you that it's actually quite fast. I like the music though, it's nice and calm. Beans wants to get in. I'm not even surprised anymore. She picks the perfect time to want to get in. Hi, Beans. Okay, so back to coding. So I'm not gonna add collision. I was muted this whole time. Are you serious? I was actually muted. No way. No way. I refuse to believe I was muted for like. I didn't even notice. I'm annoyed now. I don't know what concoction of keys I pressed to mute myself, but it really annoyed me. Okay, I don't know. I think I missed out. Basically, um, I think I explained this. Linear velocity is movement or speed. You should do physics in high school or whatever you should know. I'm gonna make this fixed update as well, so it's a fixed amount of frames per second. And basically, I'm making a vector 2 because linear velocity is a vector 2. And then for the x values, it's direction to x because direction to x is either 1 or -1. So if it's 1, it's going right. If it's -1, it's going left because that's how it works. And the move speed is the speed we're gonna move it at. Vector 2 requires 2 values. If I set it to 0, we're gonna come across the issue where the player will never be able to go anywhere up and down on the y-axis. So I can just for now do body.linear velocity y, which gets the y velocity. This is a bad way of doing it, so I'll actually do a different way, but we're not there yet. So this should work. This should now allow movement up and this should move the player. Let's actually test it. So if I go to edit preferences, look at the speed. Unity is so fast. Go to it's on. Oh, I'm missing something. I don't see. Editor. Oh, it's project settings. Right, wrong thing. And then just relates to scene only, so it's much faster. Let's test it. Okay, the ball didn't move. Why? I'm doing it right. Like fixed update. Yeah. I'm setting the linear velocity to a new vector 2 of direction x multiplied by move speed. This ball. Oh, this. I'm gonna actually rename this. Instead of player control, I'm gonna get rid of this. I'm gonna actually copy all this code. So I was doing the wrong code essentially. So I'm gonna X out of this. I'm gonna delete beans. I'm gonna delete this. Instead, I'm gonna make a. Come on. Don't put your head on the keyboard, please. I'm gonna create a mono behavior script. I'm gonna call this ball controller. Guess what it does? Get rid of these suspicious. No, it's just Unity is really slow. There you go. Now it should work. Oh yeah. Wait, what? I didn't know you can do that. I thought, can you just do vector 2.1? Yeah, it's the same thing. You know, intro, I will make you a mod. Just cause I can. If future uploads, that'll be. This is actually from Fire Music. I'm gonna actually rename this. Okay, I don't know how to make mods. It's telling me to go to the live chat, but it doesn't work anymore. So I can't see a chat for like 7.5 seconds while trying to fix this. Community? No. Create? No. Settings. Community moderation. Oh. I'm gonna do intro. I'm just gonna guess it's intro. There's like 2 of them. I'm gonna do this one. I think this one. No, it's different. Why is there so many intros? It's this one. Save. I think I made your mod. I might have made your mod. I might just like ban you from the chat, I don't know. Okay, let's test if it works now. Okay, let's see if it works. Yeah, look at that. It didn't work, okay. So on the actual players, they do have box colliders on them. Does the ball have a box collider on it? No, it doesn't. No, it should have a circle collider, not a box collider. Now it will work. I'm sorry. What? Vas? Circle collide. What am I missing? It's being collided. Yo, stream mod number 1. Yeah, everything's fine. I'm not so sure why this is like a phenomenon or why this is happening. Oh, because the players. See, you just sent that, but I've already made you mod like 10 minutes ago. Beans, get off my phone. Gonna add the box collider 2D. No, let's test this. Hi. No, I changed it in YouTube Studio. Yeah, direction x equals direction x equals 1. So I'm not sure why it's. Okay, let's test this. If I go to debug mode, must allow me to see more stuff. If I go to the script, this should show me the direction. It doesn't change. It's on collision enter 2D. These are colliders. Excuse me. It is crazy. I'm not sure why I changed it. So these are on trigger. These are not. Well, none of them. I'm not sure why this is happening then. What the frick? It's like only happening on one update tick or something. On collision enter 2D direction.x equals direction.x equals 1. So all this script does is if direction.x is a 1, it sets it to -1, otherwise it sets it to 1. Let's make it more visualizable. If direction.x is equal to 1, direction.x is equal to -1, means else if direction.x is equal to 1, -1, direction.x is equal to 1. That's basically what I just did, but for testing purposes, I will check this way. I don't know, this should fix it. Well, it shouldn't change anything. Honestly, no way to fix it, in my opinion. So, why is that happening? It's setting it to 0, whereas it should have set to -1. Why is it setting it to 0? If I just make it a new vector 2 of 1 1. Alright. It's an okay, so there is a rigid body. On fixed. Okay, I thought there's no collision. If I debug debug.log collided. What do you mean I sound a bit gay? What is that supposed to mean? What do you mean? Okay, so I see the issue. It was colliding with something before the game even started. How does that make sense? Hello? How is the... Oh. Okay. Oh, because it's on... Never mind. Oh, let's see, no, that's working. So it definitely collided. I can tell it collided. Oh, because I froze the... No, I didn't. So, looking at the ball, I definitely collided with it twice. Which might have been the issue, but it still should have multiplied it by 7, but it's not. Beans is being beanie. Direction is a vector 2 of 1 and 1. So essentially, I'm trying to change this value right here. So I'm saying direction to x multiplied by move speed, which is either -1 multiplied by 7, which is -7, or 1 multiplied by 7, which is 7, which should move the player left or right. But it's for some reason at some point not working. I've had this working before, I have no idea what I'm doing wrong. So on collision enter 2D, if so the player only collided with a, so I'm going to say direction dot x equals direction dot x1 there you go. So if the player only collides with the ball collides with the player, let's see. I'm so confused. Why is that happening? I can literally pull up my laptop and this code is the exact same as what I did on my laptop today. I'm actually gonna do that. I am going to take my laptop and I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna compare the code, which is the exact same as far as I'm aware. It's so cold. You know, when I got home today, I was locked out because no one's at home and I forgot my keys. So I was outside for like a long time. And I tried to climb in from my top upstairs window, but I accidentally slipped and cut my hand. And it was kind of painful. But it wasn't because my hand was frozen. How are you guys doing today? I know there's like people watching me right now. Oh yeah, there you go, the code's right here. Oh, what could I say? It's literally the exact same code. I've even got Unity open. Yep. It is. Yep, it's exactly the same code. There's no difference. And for some reason, this one's just working. So yeah, body, move speed, direction. On start, it gets the rigid body. On fixed update, linear velocity. Oh, if I just make it on update. I shouldn't, but if I do. No, why is it like sticking to that wall? I'll be right back. Are you okay, Beans? Did you hear? Oh, come here. Are you okay? You okay? One sec. Okay, I'm back. Dude, the code that's not working. Wait, did you just? No way, you're just hearing this now. If that's true, then I don't think I can stream. Cause you're like 10 minutes in the past. Yep. That's so crazy. Why is it doing that? Yep, it's exactly the same collision of buttons. And for some reason, it's not working. So yeah, body, move speed, direction. I'm still gonna go back to my laptop because I wanna know what happened. Click update, linear velocity. Oh, if I just make it on update. I shouldn't, but if I do. No, why is it like sticking to that wall? Yeah, there's not the code is identical. This has a box collider that's frozen X and are you okay, dude? Did you hear? Oh, you okay? One sec. My bad. Okay, so I have absolutely no idea why it's not working. I'm genuinely flabbergasted. Okay, so essentially, when a ball is moving, what it should do is on collision, right? It should this is on collision, right? What it should do is it should flip the player. It should go left instead of right. But I'm not sure why it's not doing that. On collision enter 2D, I'm checking if the object is a player. But even if it isn't, it still didn't work beforehand. I have no idea why. This is gonna look differently, by the way. Okay, I'm back. Dude, the code that's not working. Wait. So what I'm thinking is there must be something to do with these. So it's got a rigid body, which essentially means it's got gravity. It can't rotate, because if ever wanted to rotate. It's got collision. So I'm actually gonna play this. I'm gonna freeze it. Looking at the ball. I'm also gonna go to the script, and I'm gonna just debug mode this, just to see what happens when I collide. Nothing happens. It's 17:01. So it's like 1 minute difference. That's what it feels like at least. What is the box collider on this? So it's, I'm so confused. I'm so confused. I'm just gonna restart this real quick. I'm just gonna delete all this. Right, game is back to beginning. First, let's create the barriers. This is to prevent the player from escaping. Right, very simple. So this is gonna have a simple box collider at the bottom. Well, no, this is gonna have two children, top and bottom. Hello? Now the top. Why is it so dark? What's going on? I don't know what I'm pressing. I've pressed something and it's darker now. I should name barriers. I'm gonna name this barrier as well. So essentially, this is gonna have a child for top and bottom. This is gonna have a box collider 2D, and this is gonna reset. So this is gonna be at the top, right? I'm gonna make it right here, so 5.5 exactly. I'm gonna scale the box collider 21 works. Then I'm gonna duplicate this for down, bottom, and this is at -5. No, -5.5. Well, there we go. So now we have a top and bottom collision. So the player cannot physically collide with the top or bottom. Well, they can collide. They'll bounce off. Right. And these both will have barrier, and this should actually be on target. I don't care about this. This is just a parent to make everything look nicer. Now, then there's gonna be players, and then here's gonna be player 1 and player 2. Player 1 essentially is gonna have tag of player 1. It's gonna have a box. It's gonna be a. If I delete this, make it easier for myself. Create 2D object of a square. Give it to player 1. Move it to the left to about here, I'll say. Shrink it down. And then increase this to be about that big. And I'm gonna do player 1 as well. I'm gonna give this a box collider and a rigid body. The box collider should work as it is because there's no reason why it wouldn't. Also, from when I read the message, so when you send that message, when I read that message, it's a 4-minute delay. That's so crazy. and there's no gravity scale. Four minutes is a lot of minutes though. I mean, I've been live for 41. That's been 41 minutes already. So I've frozen X position so I can't move left or right, and I've also can't rotate. I'm gonna have player 2, which is simply gonna be the positive of this, which is flip. It's gonna have player 2, and that's it. These have rigid bodies and have box colliders, so in theory they have some movement. So I'm actually gonna create a script for moving these, which I'm actually gonna quickly here create mono behavior script. I'm gonna call this player controller. I'm gonna make this accessible to all. I'm gonna make it so it's safe for all players. It's really annoying. What is this? Root namespace and no trim. Root namespace begin. I don't need that in my life. So I'm actually gonna get rid of all these. I'm gonna get body equal rigid body, come on Unity. 2D, and name this body. On start, we're gonna say body equals get component of rigid body 2D. So basically, get component gets the component from the parent, which, yeah. And I'm gonna have a public flow of move speed. I'm gonna make this 5F. So the player moves. Actually, I'll make it 7F. So the player moves the same as the ball speed. So I guess the player should move faster, but it's fine. I guess it gives it more challenge. And I'm also gonna have a vector 2 for controller on fixed update. Basically, fixed update is all physics based updates, because the difference between update and fixed update is update can have 1,000 frames per second, right? Because it's dependent on the machine. But fixed update is a fixed amount of frames per second. So for example, I think it's 50 by default. So it's for physics, so you don't want players to have advantages and disadvantages for having different setups, which is awesome. So on fixed update, all I'm gonna do is gonna say body.linear velocity equals new vector 2. I'm gonna keep it at 0, so there's absolutely 0 movement on the left and right axis. Up and down, controller dot y multiplied by move speed. That's it. But that is literally it. It's as easy as that. This one now. Now, we have to assign a value, so I'm actually gonna make a void here. Actually, public void. Public is gonna be accessing outside. Public void on move, which is gonna use input action.callback context. Call it context. So all I'm gonna do, I'm gonna say controller equals context.read value of a vector 2. So it converts any input to a vector 2, which is position inside of a 2D area. And that's it. So that is, I think that's everything we need for movement. We just what does this mean? Oh, it's some stupid Unity bugs that I cannot fix. Okay, so on the players, I'm just simply going to touch the player controller and input. Now, player input actually requires this. There's a default one. I'm going to make it player 1. I'm going to open it. I'm going to delete UI. On play, I'm going to delete lock, attack, interact, crouch, jump, previous, next, sprint. Move is simply just gonna be WSD, yeah. I'm just gonna remove all these unnecessary ones. Make it only keyboard. There we go. Save asset. That's not my problem. Save asset. Can I control Z? No, I can't. Okay. Then make another one, duplicate this. So player 2, I'm gonna make it so instead of this, they're gonna use OL to go up, L to go down. This is, it's on the other side of the keyboard and it's just easier. There you go. So on player 1, we're gonna use player 1, and then here we're gonna say invoking the events, player, move, player 1, player controller on move. Player 2, invoking the events, player, player 2, actually have to plus, player 2, player controller on move. There we go. So now if we test this, I'm using the wrong input. There you go. So now we have movement. That's so cool. Thing is, oh, and it's also locked to this, because yeah, that is awesome. It's so easy to code. Literally just this. See, things, even though we're still locked to this, I still want to add some dead zones, just in case. Right, just in case somehow it bypasses it. Actually, now we don't need dead zones, because we already did it. I feel like we just add extra complexity, which we don't need in our thing. So, what did I just press? Whoa. I didn't know this existed. Okay, so let's make a so now I've made the sided barriers, which is basically how we are blocking the player from blocking these side things from going too far, as well as preventing the player from falling out the map. So the ball. So I'm gonna create not an empty. We're gonna create a 2D object, circle, ball. I'm gonna keep it at this size for now. It'll be shrunk down eventually though. It's gonna have a circle collider, because the circle. It's also gonna have a rigid body 2D, and the rigid body 2D has no gravity because it's a top-down game. We have freeze rotation, and that's all, because they can play a move on box. The player can move both on X and Y axis. That's so cool. So this should be on 0, 0. Okay, so I'm thinking now go to a ball controller. I'm gonna delete this script. Unity's gonna get angry at me. A ball controller, new script, create and add. So I have a completely new script called ball controller. So I'm gonna quickly reference the body. So a rigid body to the body, vector 2 of direction. I think by default it's 0, 0. So I'm gonna say equal to vector 2.1. So the player will start as moving. On start, I'm actually also gonna do a public float move speed. I'm gonna make it 7 floats. On start, we're simply gonna say body equals get component rigid body 2D, which essentially gets the body. I think we're already gone over this. Now, on fixed update, what we should do is say body dot linear velocity equals new vector 2 Now we need an x and a y. So x, we're gonna do direction.x multiplied by move speed, and then for now we're gonna do 0, so the player can't move on the y velocity. We're gonna fix that, but not right now. Now on collision enter 2D, we're gonna say if other dot transform dot compare tag, and I'm gonna do player 1. I'm just gonna copy this. There you go. So the player, so it's only gonna change the x-axis or the x direction on the when the player on the ball hits the player, which should work well. I'm gonna simply say direction dot x is equal to direction dot x is equal to 1 minus 1. That should work. I've changed absolutely nothing, but it should work. See, now it's working. What changed? What changed? I mean, it's working great as well. I mean, there is absolutely no you can't like do this. The reason for that is because I locked it. I can actually do body dot linear velocity y, which will mean it will keep its linear velocity, which means you can actually go up and down using physics by transferring linear energy. You know what I mean? That like that. However, as you can see, when it hits the ground, it actually loses all of its velocity. So what I'm gonna do is I'm actually gonna unfixed update. I'm gonna make a variable called float called previous y velocity, right? Which has no default value. Actually, I'm gonna make it set to 0. Now unfixed update. If body.linear velocity y is not equal to 0 and body.linear velocity y is not equal to previous y velocity, which means the y velocity is different, then we're simply going to update previous y velocity as body.linear velocity y. So basically, it means that in previous y velocity will never be 0, it will never be the same. This second one just prevents it from ever having to update every frame, because that's really intensive. So you can actually place it up here, do that, and instead just do previous y velocity. And just like that, it will now never be 0. However, it won't flip it. So it won't flip the thing. It won't flip the ball because that wasn't implemented that yet. To implement that, I'm simply gonna on collision with these barriers we made, which have the tag barrier. On collision, it'll simply flip the y velocity. So we're gonna do an else if other dot transform dot compare tag as barrier. So the player called by direction dot y is equal direction dot y equals 1. So it's the same thing. And I'm just gonna multiply this by direction dot y. So now it's also gonna do that. So let's actually see if that works. Oh my god, okay. So if I go to ball and just go into debug mode, so I should be able to see all the stuff. As you can see, it's gonna, yeah, that works so well. I could have very well made it so it could have just removed previous y velocity and just made it set to a static number like 6 or something. Thing is, I don't think that would feel realistic. What I'm trying to go is for realism. See, if I just set the static number, it won't feel like you're gaining any linear velocity. You're not gaining any velocity when doing this. As you can see, you're actually gaining velocity. When you hit the ground, you don't lose that velocity, you don't just have a static number. And I feel like that's exactly what we need. Yeah. So now let's make winning and losing, right? Thank you, Intro, for buying me a coffee. Am I the only one in this chat, by the way? Just to double check. No, there's someone else here with this extremely fast stream quality. um, I'm gonna join a VC in my Discord server. See if you wanna join. You'll have more real time. So, yeah. So that works. So to make winning and losing, the first thing I'm gonna do is on the left and right side I'm gonna add a player barriers or player barriers, which is basically this should also reset its stuff. Actually this is gonna be at 0 0, and then I'm gonna add a empty player 1. Actually left and right. Left will be tagged of player 1, and then right, actually this is gonna be box collider 2D. I'll just set up one of them, be easier. This is 10 minus 11, no, minus 10 0.9 0.8 0.9 8 7 6 5 4 3 2 2 10.92, exactly on the dot. And then I'm just gonna change this to be some nice number. I'm gonna make it 10. There we go. I'm gonna make it a trigger as well so the player can pass through it. There's a reason for this, mainly because the tag is the same as this, but also the game will be instantly reset, so it doesn't really matter. There we go. So now if the player collides with these, we're gonna do some scores. So on player controller, I'm actually gonna create an empty game object here. I'm gonna call this data, and it's gonna have a script called data. I've been muted for. I have been muted again. I don't know what I'm pressing, but I've been muted for so long. I'm gonna die. I'm gonna jump off a cliff. Why? Why? I've been muted for like a good 20 minutes now. I have no idea why. I've got to toggle to Control Shift and Backspace, but I rarely ever press those keys at the same time. So I don't. I'm really annoyed now. Guys, I was yapping. It's fine. It's fine.
Hello?
Oh, hello. By the way, the stream can hear you, just so you know.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
Is it really 6 minutes of stream delay?
Yeah, I have no idea why.
Are you using OBS? What are you doing?
Yeah, I'm using OBS.
I mean, there should be 6. I know your internet is kinda bad, but it's not that bad. Come on. Like,
I'm on low latency as well.
what resolution are you streaming in?
I couldn't tell you.
Okay, that's right.
Go
Okay,
like
it says
it's
1080p here.
I think it's 1080p.
Yeah, I don't even. Like, it's not even. It's more than 6 minutes because, like, the stream isn't even, like, it's not fluent. It's not like a fluent 6 minutes delay. It just kind of freezes on one frame for, like, a minute. I have no idea what's going on there.
I thought I got a better Wi-Fi card. I should be able to survive this.
Yeah.
5 times better Wi-Fi speeds.
What is your Wi-Fi speed, by the way? Like, the current one?
I did it before.
Well, you know, the thing is, like, to stream, like, 40 megabytes, 20 mbits would be fine for streaming. So I don't see why it's doing what it's doing currently.
It's skill issue.
Okay, well. The other thing, do you have music running on the stream? Because
Yeah.
I can hear that consistently. It's just the video that's kind of lagging.
I don't know why.
Okay, that's fair. You know, maybe it's because you're simultaneously streaming to Discord and to OBS.
Well, no, I wasn't doing that before. I
Okay,
only started that like 2 minutes ago because the intro said a 6-minute stream delay.
Yeah, that's fair.
Player 1. I'm cooking right now. Even though I don't know what I'm doing, I'm cooking.
What are you gonna do? Is it like just
Pong.
Pong?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The thing is, I was doing it in class today,
Right.
but I was like obviously running off of 4 hours of sleep, so I couldn't even think straight. So.
Oh, that is something that totally doesn't happen to me.
So
I never did that before.
it was going really badly, so I decided to just do it today, like finish on my PC. I'll restart on my PC, and it's actually going quite well.
I mean, I could see it. You could. I'm going to do another play that other balls. You know what I'm talking about?
Huh? Oh yeah, no. I could, nah.
Wait, hold on. Oh my, I just heard you talking to your stream. Oh my god. I was like, what the hell? Why is he talking? Why
Can
is
I know?
like promote?
Yeah.
Like your stream caught up with you talking.
Yeah.
On my end.
Oh god.
That's funny.
I'm just gonna set this to this. This can be 0 and 0, it doesn't matter.
What does it do so far? Can you show me?
In a sec.
Yeah, okay, right, I guess.
Hello. Oh, because I forgot to do the F. Hello. Oh yeah, go. I was gonna yeah.
I just hear you saying hello in the stream, like silently, because I turned the volume down. That's just so funny.
That is beautiful. Oh, okay.
Wait, does OBS show like a stream delay? Because I have no clue.
I don't think so. I mean, it says encoding overloaded. Consider turning down video settings or using a faster encoding preset.
Oh, now I can hear myself as well.
Yeah. So, death is implemented. Scores.
Okay.
Songs.
You can die. That's great.
Yeah.
How does it look like?
It just teleports the player back to the middle. So, actually, I've not implemented everything. What I'm actually gonna do is I'm gonna get a last scored player as a value, and what I'm gonna do is, yeah. So I'm just gonna make a public bool float. No, int last scored. right? Gonna make it a property just to look cooler,
Right.
and let's make it 1 for now. So basically, so when player 1 scores or the player on the right scores, it should go to the left one next time.
I
So
see. You
you
didn't
know what I mean. You know what I mean.
naming conventions. You didn't make the L uppercase.
My bad.
It's just speed up things. Wait, now I see you running an internet speed test on the stream.
Yeah, that's 6 minutes stream delay.
The audio isn't 6 minutes though. I can fully hear myself. The audio isn't 6 minutes of delay. It's just like the video.
It was for me.
which is-
This is like some
Oh.
like magic. Okay, so
Okay, well that's. Wait, are you using a software or hardware encoder? That is a
I've
good question.
I have absolutely no idea.
No, like, are you using your GPU to encode the video? Or are you using your CPU? Because that is definitely a difference. I think.
I mean I can
I
check.
might just be wrong.
I don't know how to check video. No. Audio.
let
No
me-
output. Oh, it's streaming. It's using my CPU.
Oh, that's well. Try switching that over. I'm just guessing.
I really
Oh
can't.
yeah, right. No, wait. That's hardware, isn't it? It does say. And wait, do you have an AMD? You don't.
Oh, I do have an AMG GPU. It is my GPU.
Oh, yeah. What's? Okay. You know,
Big brain.
that's the same. Wait, let me check on my thingy.
It is my GPU. Yeah.
Yeah, I have that as well. Right, that makes sense.
So
Okay, how does your game look as of now? I want to see.
I am. Give me a second. I'm just doing the last thing, which is changing the direction based on the previous score.
Let's see.
Actually, I said previous, last, lost, right? So by default, it's gonna be right. So all I'm gonna do is I'm gonna buy it on start. So I'm gonna quickly get rid of this. On start, I'm simply gonna say direction. Actually, I'm gonna go to this vector just as a base value. Direction dot y. Actually, I'm gonna make it 1, not 0. Direction dot y is equal to. I have to put this below player data because I'm gonna be using player data. Player data dot last lost. That should work.
Honestly, just this one player data object that you can use in like multiple component, like grip,
Yeah.
whatever it's called. Yeah, I see. That's kind of smart to do.
Big brain moment. Okay, so here all I'm gonna do is say player data last lost is equal to 1, and then there you go.
Alright. Now this should work.
And the final teeny tiny final thing is the
Alright.
visualization,
Alright.
which is UI.
Oh, not the null reference exception, just literally from Unity right there. That's version control.
I don't know what this means.
Well,
It's an error I've had in all my projects. It's not like it's not
it
like
looks like it's a version control thingy. It's what is view switcher? It's literally like a GUI error. That's my best guess at it because it says view switcher right there. Like, see?
yeah. So I'm gonna change the textures here. This is just gonna be the score. So I'm gonna make the size kind of big. Right about that works. You can't see it. I thought I had gravity for a second because it fell. I was like, huh?
You might want to give it like a different color as well.
White and black is fine. That looks awesome enough.
That's fair, I guess.
I'm just gonna name it player 1 score. That works. Same thing on
And
the right.
we have 2 viewers right now. Isn't that crazy?
Yo, and one of them is me. Actually,
that's-
I don't think so.
Is it? I don't think it is. I don't think it is because for me it showed up 1 viewer when I was in the stream. Maybe it shows up differently for you, but
All I'm gonna do.
no clue.
So I could just make these individual scripts, Or I could do it on the player controller.
Like the score thingy.
The square. I could make two individual
just-
scripts.
You could just make one script that controls both of the scores. Like just put both of the scores in like a score object, and on that score object make a score script.
Wow, I already have tags for this.
Oh, that's wait, that's player.
Yeah, but it's player one. It's a tag of player one, player two.
Okay, fair enough.
Score display manager. I'm also
I
gonna
guess you could
add bloom to
you could
this.
add this. Okay, that's true. I guess. You just make one. What is going on?
I don't know. This keeps happening in every script I make.
What?
Okay, so
Is that a C# thing or like a version control thing?
I think it's a Unity thing.
Okay, well, fair enough. But is it just when you create them to
Yeah.
script in Unity? Or
Yeah.
do you...
If I create it normally, it works fine.
Huh. Okay, that's interesting. What is dot input action? What is that? I've never seen that.
Oh, this is the new input action scripts.
Oh, yeah. I guess that's me using Unity 4 years ago. That didn't exist back then.
Yeah, that is crazy. Okay, so on display manager, I'm gonna get first I'm gonna get game object. Actually, no, it's no, it's a game object. Gonna call no, I'm gonna make text mesh pro GUI. Gonna call this player one text. Oh, naming conventions, my bad. Oh wait, no,
Oh, of course.
never mind. I'm making naming conventions this anyway.
Nothing for private variables is like underscore and then small text, right? At least that's what Unity says.
Interesting. I hate this. Like, what does this mean? I don't know. I just did. Oh no.
It's just VS Code or completion or like I don't know.
This code's
It's-
terrible. It's good in most
mean-
things, but except this. Okay, so on start.
Yeah. Well, Visual Studio is better in this aspect. It's just Visual Studio is just the slowest IDE on the planet. That's just.
Oh, you're right. I'm gonna have to make custom tags.
Well, wait. Do you actually? I don't think you do.
Yeah, because there's multiple things with this tag.
Well, you just need the text mesh pro component, right? Like.
Yeah, but if I define object.
You don't. No. Just literally just make two public variables for the two components.
Oh right, yeah, that's a fine. That's a
Yeah.
fair point. That's a fair point.
This should just work, I assume.
Yeah, there we go. I'm just gonna make it on update. It doesn't matter. It's not gonna be that intensive. The game like runs on like 1000 FPS. So on update, all I'm gonna do is player. Okay, I'm gonna also get reference data. So player data,
That's fair.
player data, on start. Just have to do less work.
Is Yentro still there?
No idea.
Yeah, he was watching. Like,
Game.
it still says to viewers, so he might be. But like at the time he hears this, like he hears me saying this, he might just be gone.
Yeah.
6 minutes away.
Player one text is gonna dot text is equal to player data dot player one square.
Okay, right. So you remember when you showed me the weird thing it does when you create a script?
Yeah.
That's where the stream audio is at right now. Like,
That is crazy.
yeah, but like the video is like way back. It's not even at that point. I don't know. It's just desynced completely for no reason.
Okay. Let me see if it works.
Alright, okay. Surely it won't break, right? Oh, it actually worked. Okay, well.
I know exactly why, because I forgot to set the values of this on the scripts.
Yeah, that's fair.
Am I
Actually
missing
put
some?
it-
Did I even? I swear, that is.
Just put it on a canvas, honestly. Like, or did you put it on a second script? I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, you did put it on a second.
Can I? Cause the way I did. Oh yeah, I see what you mean.
Yeah, that should work.
Canvas, add component, display manager,
It's just better organized, I guess.
player one score, player two score,
What about the? Did you make the? You didn't have to play that inside it. It's not. You have to put play that in as well.
No, I don't. I made it.
Oh wait.
Look
How
at
did
that.
you do that?
I'll show you in a sec. I just want to lose real quick.
It does look cool what you did. Like the physics do look kind of cool. Just,
I mean, no, it's I think it's just DC Pond.
yeah, it is. I mean, it's just Pong. What are the controls? Like what keys do you use?
WSOL.
Okay, that's true.
I'm gonna have to reset the Y velocity, which can be fixed.
Right. Yeah. Why
Uh,
not? Why is the score not scoring though?
I think I know why, because of the backwards way of me doing this. I don't. What kind of bounds am I changing here? Because I'm so not confused of what this is. Where is this line? What am I changing?
Oh, that's good. I do remember. I do remember using this. I just kind of.
There we go.
Alright. Yeah. That makes sense.
How do I?
It has been like. You can. Oh, you have to turn on auto sizing. I'm pretty sure. Like, click on the component.
I've clicked on the component.
You click on the TextMate Pro, like on the right. And then.
Oh yeah,
click
auto
on
size.
Yeah.
Why
no,
is
I
so?
don't-
It's not auto
Wait,
size.
try dragging the box now. I'm really not sure. Like with auto size turned on. It might not. Yeah, okay, no. Never mind. Well,
It kind of works. It kind of works.
it might be like a maximum size thing. Oh, like auto size options. Look at. Turn it on again.
Why is this happening? What is this?
Just turn on auto sizing again, and there's like a max value. It's 70 per grand. Just put it like up. Right, and now you should be. Yeah, see.
Make it about there. And I can actually get rid of this real quick and just copy and paste. I can actually remove this tag as well. This is some chill music.
That's what players is that? Is it just literally?
Stream safe, Twitch friendly, lo-fi beats, 100% DMCA free, royalty free.
Oh, that's fun. Gets copyrighted instantly.
Honestly, I'm not gonna make any money from this anyway.
That's fair. Your channel isn't even monetized. I mean,
Yeah, I'm just gonna have to go to the canvas and draw this back in. Okay, let's see if that fixed it.
why would it? Like, it wasn't doing it before.
There
It's just, oh, it is. What the hell? Okay, forgot that. What is going on? What the hell? Also, wait, why can you see like the gizmos in the game view? That's not supposed to happen, right?
Yeah, it's
like,
gonna turn it on.
Oh, right, I see. I didn't know we could do it in game view.
You can.
That's interesting.
Ball controller, let's see. I'm actually not gonna change the transform position of the things, the pads, because no need to. I'm just gonna set the vector 2 to 0. I'm also gonna change the linear velocity to 0.
That would just make it stuck on place, right?
Yeah, but on update it's gonna set it back. That just prevents
I
it.
see.
Actually, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna change the value of previous y velocity to 0. Basically, the way I've done it is, see, what I could have done is when it hits the, because basically beforehand, if I don't add a store the y velocity, when the player hits the ground, it would cut off the velocity, set the velocity to 0 on the y-axis. It means they would fall to the ground.
Right.
They wouldn't bounce. So what I could do is I could either set it to a static value, so when they hit the ground, it sets it to 7 or something. But if that just feels too fake. So what I did was I stored the value, that was the y velocity before it hit the ground. So if it's not equal to 0, and it's not equal to the previous y velocity, and then I stored it, and then I apply it on every frame. So the y velocity is going to update if it changes, or if it's also if not 0.
I see. That worked, I guess.
And also setting previous y velocity to 0 essentially resets that. So
Yeah, Technically. Let's see. Okay, right, yeah.
Why is it doing that though? Hello? Why is it
That's interesting, definitely.
linear velocity is stuck because it's not colliding with anything?
That's true.
Okay. It's not setting to 0. I'm just gonna have to reset the velocity as well, so body dot linear velocity equals vector 2.0.
Right.
So it should also freeze the y velocity.
Yeah, I guess so. Is it just setting it to like a random velocity? Like
Well,
in your... Well, that's just gonna do that now.
Yeah.
Like, yeah. You
That's-
need to... Yeah.
That's the wanted result.
I guess that... Yeah, that's true.
It's so hard to lose. No. What the heck? Awesome. Awesome. And then if I do this and I go here, it should go left. Yo. And it's gonna add some post processing.
You're adding post-processing effects to your pawn game.
Yeah,
That's
bro.
fun.
We're gonna make this the best thing ever. I'm gonna add some bloom. How do you toggle this on? I can't remember how to use this.
Making the first pawn game that plays at 30 FPS. Let's go.
Okay, let's see. 4, 5, 6. It doesn't work, but I think I know why. Whoa.
That's a bit much.
Well, I'll keep it at 0.9. I'll make it a good 7. There we go. So I think, do I have to go to like the camera and enable it?
Oh, Has been a while since I did post. Oh, you have to turn on post-processing.
Yeah, that's what I meant. There we go. The numbers,
Yeah, that.
the canvas isn't gonna work because I have to do screen space camera.
Right.
No.
Wait, that. No.
It's one of these. It's world space, I think. No. Screen. So overlay means it's going over top. Well, yeah, I think it's this one, but I just don't think it's working for some reason. I'm also
Well,
gonna.
do you need to drag in like a render camera, like on the canvas? If you look.
Wait, I'm just move this up a bit.
Let me see.
What?
Like on the canvas with an option to put in a render camera. I'm not sure if that's.
You don't need to. For some reason, it's just not
Yeah.
working.
Can you even apply plume effects to the canvas?
You can. I've done it before.
No, okay, I see.
This is such a good. I love this. I'm actually gonna move these closer in so they don't overlap with the text. I mean, not with text.
Yeah.
Body.
Just you could just make them a different color, just like kind of separate them from the things. I mean,
But that's the easy way out.
no.
Okay, it's relevant to the top right. Yeah, I see.
If Gasai would be here right now, he would complain it's not centered. I bet he would.
That's crazy. Okay. Oh, okay, that looks awesome now.
Yeah.
This bloom is crazy.
Oh my god! Wait, is that your stream lagging or is that your PC lagging?
I guess that's true. My PC is too good for this.
Oh, I see.
The score isn't working anymore. Oh, wait, what? Wait a
It
minute.
couldn't handle it. Your score system couldn't handle your bloom effects.
Well, that's certainly interesting.
That is interesting. I mean, it's working. It's just that the right player is kind of. I mean, he won't get a lot of wins.
Let me check if it's getting updated.
Right.
No, it's not at all.
Wait, you can. Hold on. What did you just? I never knew you'd do that.
Yeah, debug mode to see private variables.
Oh, that's cool. I wish I knew that like 4 years ago.
Yeah, like all the hidden ones and stuff. It's really good for debugging.
But yeah, that's kind of crazy. My English is breaking again.
So the score isn't increasing for some reason.
Well, where are you increasing it?
I don't know.
But that it's down here, is it? Well,
Oh,
you up? Yeah.
wait, it is increasing.
It should at least be increasing.
I'm gonna make this -1 as well. No, 2. Wait, what? It should be -1, yeah. How did it make it 2 work? What? Okay, I'm gonna keep it at -1 because that means left. No, this is supposed to be 1. This is supposed to be -1. The fact that this worked beforehand is strange. So it's not colliding with this. It's the
it
region.
has. Right. Yeah. You might have just.
Oh, why does it take so long to update the methods? If I zoom in.
Okay. Oh god. Yeah. The fact that the canvas is just so huge.
There we go.
That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If the player... That makes no sense that that works.
I mean, like the technique.
Yeah, but... Yeah. But the
You
fact...
maybe had to-
If you hit the ground on this, it rotates it. That shouldn't happen because it's
Yeah,
tag of player
right.
2 and what flips is the tag barrier. So it must be...
It might just be a physics thing.
yeah, it probably is. Physics is terrible in this. In this specific scenario.
You know what we're missing? We're missing like a playing sound. Just like, you know what I mean? Like the pong sound. We just need to add that.
I can do that. Let me stretch because I've been doing this for like 2 hours now.
Nah, damn.
Okay, so I kind of forgot what you said. So SFXR. Oh, my PC is dying for some reason.
I mean, you're streaming. Wait, what is your Discord? You're streaming in 144p on Discord and you're streaming in HD on YouTube. What do you think?
I don't have SFXR anymore for some reason.
Interesting.
Oh, it's so slow. Oh.
You might wanna turn down your streaming quality on Discord. That might help.
Nah. We're fine.
It's fine. Computer
If it
crashes.
ain't broke, don't fix it.
You could say that, I guess.
I just almost can't do Microsoft Defender. Let's do... Nah.
That doesn't.
When you die... That... When you win, it plays this.
Okay, yeah, that's fair. That would work, I suppose.
Export wave. I call it wave. I just win. And then you put max volume, and then you crush everyone's ears.
God.
Okay, so I'm just gonna drag and drop it. Win the WAV. So I'm gonna build on the player. Not on the ball. I'm gonna collapse this. So it's more localized towards the ball, if you know what I mean. I'm gonna turn up debug mode. So I'm gonna add is a, what's it called? A sound audio source.
Audio source, yeah, that's right.
Yeah. And then I need reference to the sound, which is actually I can do that within the script.
You should just can drag it in to the audio source, right? Can you actually?
No, you have to code in. So
Oh,
for the ball controller, I'm gonna make a audio source. I'm actually gonna group these like this: source, and then a public audio clip called wind sound.
Right, yeah. It has been a while for me.
Okay, and then on this, we're simply gonna do. I think I should call it source. Yeah, source dot play one shot, and then win sound.